Hey guys, so I'm back in the East Side Garden and the arbor that I had ordered has arrived. So I'm gonna be working on finishing up the hummingbird and pollinator garden that I had planted last week. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and assemble the arbor, and I'm gonna go ahead and plant the honeysuckle vine and wrap it around it. But before I do that, let me give you guys a quick update in terms of how the pollinator and hummingbird garden is that I planted last week. So everything is still looking really good. We have a lot of visitors to that little bird bath. You can see that little robin. She's always around. She's always kind of near me because she knows whatever I'm digging, there's gonna be some worms around. But everything is still looking really, really good. Now, I did end up having some annuals, like this canna, some extra annuals from a project that I was helping a client with. So I ended up just potting them up into some containers and dotting them around the garden because I didn't really have any extra spots to put them in. So I'm gonna see if I like them there. But there's the agastaki. And then we have some more of the salvia. Here are the cleome that are starting to put on some extra growth. This liatris I had actually planted last year, but I really like how that's starting to come in. The monarda is starting to flower. Look how pretty those are. And then we have the penstemon. I actually really love this color of penstemon. Now these do tend to get taller. I think that they'll get taller next year, but look how pretty they are. And then the inside is like this little touch of white. All right, now here is the arbor. It is just a white vinyl arbor that's gonna match our fence. It is 60 inches wide, 30 inches deep. Now the pathway here is 48 inches, so that gives me about 6 inches of room on each side if I center it, which should be perfectly fine. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go. I don't think that I'm gonna put it right up against the fence. I think I'm gonna give myself some space. According to the reviews and the instructions, it does take about 4 hours to build. It is just me doing it, and it does look like I'm going to be facing some weather ahead. I know it's supposed to rain this afternoon, but I'm already starting to feel some drops. So hopefully it's going to hold up for just long enough for me to put this together. So I'm gonna do a little less talking, a little bit more moving so I can get going on this project and get this done. Now, according to the instructions, it looks like the tools you need are a hammer, a tape measure, a level, a short stool or a ladder, shovel or auger, and a cordless drill. Now, the reason why you need a shovel or auger is there are two ways where you can go ahead and stabilize the posts. You can either use pressure-treated 4x4s and dig footings into the ground about 3 feet deep, and then cover the PVC legs over the footings, or you can cheat and do what I do and get these easy spikes. So similar concept, you hammer it into the ground and then you slide the PVC footings over the top of it. So first step here, and it's already starting to rain. The first step here is actually putting the archway together, and then we'll get to putting the footings in. There's a cute little baby robin. All right, so I'm at the part where I'm supposed to dig the 4 posts into the ground. So like I said, there's a couple different ways that you can do this. One of the ways that you can do it is by actually creating footers. So that means you, with a auger or with a post digger, you dig 3 feet down into the ground, you get a 4x4 and you set it into concrete. Or you can use an easy post. Now this is a similar concept. It is a 3-foot spike. They come in 2-foot spikes as well, and you set your 4x4 into it. Now this particular Arbor had its own set, a set of 4 easy posts, and me being me and not reading directions carefully enough, I didn't buy that. I just went to Home Depot and got a set of 4 of these. Now the problem with doing that is that the sizing is wrong. So the size of the opening of the easy post is the exact same size as the PVC posts. So obviously one can't fit over the top of the other. What I'm going to do in order to rectify that is I went back to Home Depot and I purchased a 10-foot 4x4. I then had them cut it up into 4 equal parts, so 2.5 feet each. So this 4x4 is gonna go slide into the easy post, and then the PVC side will go over the top of it like a sleeve. So that should work. Logically in my head, I think it should work. What is going to be a little bit more difficult, and the part that I have to be a little bit more exact about, and I'm not very good at, is making sure that everything is level and everything is straight and plumb, which basically means that you have everything in the right spot so that nothing is twisted or nothing is off when we actually go to set the top on. Now, a couple things that you want to think about when you're setting up an arbor for your yard. One is, what are you going to be weaving over the top of it? And 2 is, what is the weather like in your area? So for us, we don't get a whole lot of high winds. Every once in a while we do get a really bad storm, but fortunately we don't have a lot of those issues. Also, this is a more protected area. So even if we do have really, really high winds, this should be a little bit more protected so that the arbor doesn't actually turn into a kite. You also want to think about what you're going to be growing over the top of it. Something like a honeysuckle, I know, can grow very, very fast. It does mean that I'm giving myself a little bit of extra work because I want to make sure that it's pruned appropriately to allow some air circulation to come through, just in case we do get a really, really bad storm, we do have really high winds, it doesn't start moving that arbor around and start pulling it out of the ground. All right, now before I began just driving these stakes into the ground, I did do a little bit of digging because I knew we had some sprinkler lines that ran under here, and I did find them. So it runs this way. I put the red flags in there so that I know not to go anywhere near the sprinkler lines, because I'm notorious for popping sprinkler lines, and that was not a phone call that I felt like placing to my husband today. All right guys, it is the next day, and as you can see behind me, there is no arbor. I ended up undoing everything that I did yesterday. Everywhere that I wanted to dig the footings, there seemed to be a sprinkler line. So I'm actually gonna move it off of the gate a little bit and closer to the middle section of the little pathway that I have. I think that there are sprinkler lines there as well, but I have a little bit more wiggle room to play with. So I'm gonna dig around and make sure that I'm not gonna be hitting any sprinkler lines. The weather is also really not cooperating with me. Yesterday it started pouring rain, so it just became a giant muddy mess where I was. And then today we're under a flood warning. So it does look like there is a break in the weather right now. So I'm gonna try to get this done as quickly as possible. This has not been one of my favorite projects, but we're just gonna get after it and we're gonna try to get it done. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, she's up, and I've never looked better. Let's get the honeysuckle plant planted. All right, it is starting to rain again, but she is up. And that is what she looks like. All right, guys, it is the next day. The sun is finally shining, and it feels so nice to actually feel that against the rain that I've been working in for the past couple days. But the arbor is finally up. Now, this was a major labor of love. The instructions did say you need 2 people, and it would have been a lot more helpful to have 2 people. I think the biggest takeaway here in terms of what I learned putting this structure up is to make sure to read the instructions in full before even starting it, because you want to make sure that you have all the proper material. I was able to go ahead and use these 4 easy posts that I picked up at Home Depot. And I had to jerry-rig it a little bit by sticking the 4x4s in, which meant that I actually had to take the sides apart so that I could screw it into the 4x4 posts at the bottom. It just made the entire process a little bit more difficult. And had I had the right tools in terms of either gone with the easy post that went with the arbor itself, or just got ahead and gotten the auger and dug the footings itself and used the concrete, it probably would have saved me a little bit of trouble in terms of putting it together. The other thing that's really important is making sure everything is nice and square and nice and level. As you may be able to see on the video, this leg right here is a little bit torqued. I think it's going to be fine in the long run because it's not that bad, but it's also not perfect. But I think once the honeysuckle grows up and hides that a little bit, I think it'll be just fine. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed seeing me struggle through this. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I will see you guys in the garden.